even join the fight when you know you're not going to...
In second place, Chrystia Freeland with 11,134 votes, resulting in 2,729 allocated points, representing 8% of the vote. In first place, the next Prime Minister of Canada, Marc Carney, with 131,674 votes, resulting in 29,457 allocated points, representing 85.9% of the vote.
85%.
And there you have it, the announcement of the Liberal Party's new leader, Marc Carney, on a decisive first ballot win, garnering almost 86% of the vote. His competitors, nowhere even close. Chrystia Freeland, former finance minister, with 8% of the vote, and both Karina Gold and Frank Baylis with each about 3% of the vote. And this is Marc Carney now shaking hands with his supporters. We do anticipate we'll hear from Carney tonight. Mike Couture, our senior political correspondent, is amidst the crowd as they celebrate their new leader on the floor. Mike, can you hear me? I'm going to send it over to you. What's it like there?
Yeah, Vashti, certainly jubilant. I think when everybody heard where Chrystia Freeland, they started to do the math and start to understand what was happening here. And certainly the eruption of applause on the floor here. And you see a lot of these signs now with Carney popping up around everybody with a lot of screams, of course, and really excited and invigorated now when you consider...
Freeland with 11,134 votes.
My father is, to his core, a man of commitment. I don't just mean that in a general sense. He is unflinchingly dedicated to what matters. Focus and principled.
Why are they using their children
funny,
that are like teenagers?
Canadians care about actions, and my father is a man of action. A man who has traveled the length of Canada to hear what Canadians want from their leaders, what they want for their future. He's up early to read his papers and stays up late preparing for the next day. He has taught me the importance of always putting in the work. But you can work hard all you want. If you don't have a solid foundation, there's nothing to build on. And that's what I really want to share with you tonight. The foundation that makes my father who he is. He is unwaveringly supportive of the things he cares about. Every year for our birthdays, he burned us CDs, and somehow they were good. Sometimes now, when we don't know what to get him, we make him a playlist.
Carry this kind of momentum outside of the Liberal Party.
He cheered me on in the freezing cold at my cross-country races. He sat for hours to help me with my math homework, persevering until I understood. I can tell you that I appreciate this more in hindsight than I did at the time. In all seriousness, my dad invests in what matters. He expects nothing to come without hard work, and he is always ready to work hard. The bottom line is, however hard things may seem, he shows up and never lets you down. He has and always will show up for you, for Canadians, and for Canada, because he cares about this great country. Now, my father, your new Liberal leader, and the 24th Prime Minister of Canada, Marc Carney. Merci.
Ici la terre est folle, ici la folie de moi. Raconte-moi qu'on puisse trembler ensemble. Ici le jour viendra, des humanité perdue. Raconte-moi qu'on puisse crier.
Prime Minister, I think it's clear we should just skip a generation. Alors, bonsoir tout le monde. Wow. This room is strong. This room is Canada strong. Thank you, Cleo. Thank you, Cleo. And to my wife, Diana, our children, Cleo, Tess, Amelia, and Sasha. Without your support, I wouldn't be standing here.
She looks like she's like 70 years old and the kids are 15, 20.
And like the Prime Minister, without your examples, I wouldn't have a purpose. And
It just happened.
And without your love, I wouldn't have the strength that I need for what lies ahead. Thank you.
Something to stop.
Monsieur Clé.
Well, Mr. Chrétien, you still know how to energize the Liberal Party supporters like no one else can do it.
Vous avez...
You took courageous and historic decisions. You showed our allies that Canada will always stand up for what is just and fair.
Et vous êtes...
You're a source of inspiration for all Canadians across the land.
say that you inspired my family to become Liberals, including my father to run as a Liberal candidate in Alberta in the 1980s. Some elections are tougher than others. And you inspired me. You inspired me over the years. And now to have an opportunity to continue your tradition of fiscal responsibility, social justice, and international leadership. Prime Minister Trudeau, my time doesn't permit me to recognize all of your accomplishments. So I'll speak at a higher level. You have combined strength and compassion every day as a fighter for Canada. You have led us through some of the hardest challenges that this nation has ever faced.
At the same time, you have transformed Canada. You've transformed it. You've lifted hundreds of thousands of kids out of poverty by moving reconciliation forward and by defending freedom and democracy here and across the world. Prime Minister, I think I am speaking for everyone here when I thank you for your hard work. As Ella Grace said, your hard work, for your leadership, and for your service to our great country. And I'd also like to thank you, Liberals, for having awarded me the greatest honor possible, which is to serve as your new leader. Thank you.
Et merci, merci.
I'd like to thank the tens of thousands of volunteers across.
My friends, I am done. My back is billing. It's got to lay down. I got to do my stretches. As Brian Leclerc said, this makes me sick. He just congratulated. I mean, I understand when you take over a position from another person that's in the president role. I've done it a couple of times with a few different things. But you cannot congratulate that guy for what he's done to Canada. And I am so grateful that Prime Minister Trudeau is no longer our Prime Minister. And I hope the people in power will go and take him to jail. Just do what they need to do, because that guy needs to get buried. God bless. Thanks for watching, my friends.